How you guys doing today? Welcome back to the channel again. So today, what we're gonna do is we are gonna freaking test out this thing a little bit more. Now you guys can tell that I switched the wheels out on this with the TGSR wheels over here, and the reason I did that was these wheels are not even freaking glued down, and these look like some freaking special type of wheels. I'll show you guys right now. They're actual HPI wheels, racing wheels, and they look like they're freaking pretty immaculate condition if you ask me. So I took them off of here so that when we do test drive this, we'll have these wheels on here for now, because I actually want to get new wheels for the TGSR. These are actually not the exactly the wheels that came with that car. So if you guys remember, I told you guys that I was gonna hook up a longer tube to the end of this at the end of the last video, which I actually freaking did. So now we have a hose going down, and it goes around the shed over here, and then outside the shed it's coiled up on the ground, and then it comes out. So that should be adequate enough to freaking run some nitros in here now. So without further ado, I'm gonna put this to the side for now, because I was actually just on there. I remember, because I said that I was gonna do that, and I actually ran the hose and actually did run this a little bit, and that's when I noticed that the tires were flopping off. Like the tires that were on this truck, they were like, one of them flew off of the truck. Like these lug nuts that are on here don't even have like a Teflon in them. Like these lug nuts have Teflon in them, which keeps the lug nuts from flying off. So I had this up on the bench, and I was trying to bench tune it, and the wheels were like flying off. So I actually didn't make a video of that because I actually made the video on that the same day instead of doing the video on this. So I kind of got caught up. But we are now going to bench tune this. So I'm going to put you guys in the phone holder now for a second, and we're going to try to set this up so that we can run this for a little more than a few seconds, my friends. So what I'm going to actually do is put this camera up a little more. And going to connect this tube on here. I think we should maybe preheat this engine. Let's take a look at this. This cover off right. So yeah, guys, the other thing that I ran into, which I'm actually going to talk about in another video, is a fuel. The fuel for these things seems like it's might be getting pretty hard to find fuel for these nitros coming up soon. I can't seem to find any kind of nitro fuel that's reasonable price anymore. So I don't know if that's a problem you guys have also run into or not. I should actually put this this tripod up on the desk here, but I don't think I got the roof clearance for it. I might have the roof clearance for it, but I don't know. So we're just gonna do it like this for now, guys. I'm gonna try to raise you guys up a little bit higher up so that you guys can actually see what's going on a little better. I'll get you in there with me. Okay, so tripod is now maxed out for height. So now you can get more of a top-down kind of view. We got to work on a better position to put the tripod. I know I can put the legs together and then put it up on the table, but maybe in a little bit we'll do that, guys. So for now, we're going to try to bench tune this. And I don't know if you guys see this. What is this? This is Bones Brew. 30%. Let's take a look. completely sealed up, guys. This is my second to last quart of Bones Brew I have. Now I checked this out before the video. This is an ABC motor or something like that. It's not a ABN motor, so we should be all right running it on that, because I currently have to save the rest of this. This is my last quart of 16% that I have right now. I have to save the rest of this so that we can use this scientific measuring cup here. I don't know if you guys can read that, but that measures in milliliters. And I just got this today in the mail off of Amazon. And we have to figure out exactly where half a quart is in here. And or whatever we have left in here. And we have to put castor oil into this and properly mix up some nitro for the other RC cars that do have ABN engines, because I recently found out I've been running my ABN engine nitros on the wrong type of fuel, which was causing them to overheat and shut off. So that might have been most of my problem, was me putting the wrong fuel into these nitros and having them overheat and shut off on me. So actually I installed this radio system into this car the other day, because sadly enough the original radio has the antenna ripped off, and this is an extremely long antenna. So what I may do is buy some antenna wire and reattach that to there to keep the original radio system with it. But for reliability reasons, I have this 2.4 Spectrum radio that come out of the Losi 8 buggy, and I took that out of the buggy to run the Flash Guy because my phone holder is attached to the Flash Guy. So I wanted to use this radio system on most of the cars. So I took the Spectrum radio out of the Losi, but I kind of run out of receivers for this at the moment. I didn't order any receivers for this, so I had this laying around. This is a really good 2.4 gigahertz radio, so we're gonna run that for now. But I actually have fully charged batteries in here currently, because I planned on driving this around, but I figured before I take this out and actually drive it around, it's totally ready to go. Like, the radio system is ready, everything is ready to go. The on and off switch works, everything is set up ready to drive right now. But before we do that, I do want to bench tune this, because I did say I was gonna bench tune this, so I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. So let's get the engine heater hooked up here, just to, because this thing has a lot of pinch for some reason. You know, it's pretty old nitro. I believe this is an RS. This is the second version of the HPI RS2 or RS4. Sorry. The reason I'm saying RS2 is because this is the second version of the RS4. So the reason I know that is because I have this one over here, this RS4, which is the first one I bought. Has the on and off switches in a different spot. The fuel tanks look similar. I haven't really taken the cover off to take a closer look, other than I noticed the on and off switch are in a different spot, and these are both RS4s, HPI RS4s. So this is obviously an earlier one, and this is obviously a later one, because they're both still belt drive. So this is not an RS4 So these are definitely both the older RS4s, because they're both belt drive, but they are slightly different, because obviously the on and off switch being in a different spot, and also the radio system that had come with them are slightly different. So yeah, we know that this is probably the second version of the original RS4, which the original RS4 had the exhaust coming out of the back, which this also has the provisions for that, but this obviously is newer than that RS4. So this is definitely older than this, but there may have been a few, there may have been more than, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I almost feel like there was more than this one and that one. I feel like there may have been 3 different belt drive versions, because this is a very early belt drive version which has the on and off switch in a different spot and everything. We're going to do a comparison video at a different time on these two cars, but basically the on and off switch being in 2 different spots and they're both the same car. This is earlier, this has a different engine, this has a newer engine. So this was a later version of the belt drive car, and this is an early version of the belt drive car. But and an even earlier version of the belt drive car had the exhaust at the rear. So that had to be the first version, had the exhaust all the way at the back with this engine. Then there was this car with the same engine, I believe, with the exhaust coming out of the side, which had to be the second version. And this had to be the last version of the belt drive car before they went to the RS4 At least that's my theory on it. If I'm wrong, correct me down in the comments. But yeah, that's what I'm gathering as I'm going along, is that there must have been the same car, basic same car, same belt, same gears, but you have different on and off switch. You have different engine. So obviously there was at least 2 versions, but I'm thinking there may have been 3, because I don't know if the car with the rear exhaust is any different than this, other than the exhaust. So I could be wrong, other than them having an exhaust out of the rear. So I'm just trying to understand these cars a little better as I get them, because I know that that's probably an ABN engine, and that's probably why that car overheats and does not run. So before I ramble on anymore about these awesome RS4s, let's try to test out our already failing longer tube, because I didn't get this part of the tube, but I did hook up the outside part, which is the more important part for us being able to run this for any period of time. So we got awesome pinch going on. Let's see if we see any. Yeah, I just seen fuel into the carb and it stopped. So I probably have to reprime the system. Could be just flooding it out. I don't know. Probably flooded the crap out of it. Probably. I just ripped the hose in half. So that's always a great start. So I'll just put this closer for now, instead of having that 2-piece hose hooked up like real shitty kind of way. We got crazy compression now. Can't do nothing with that. So now we have to open the glow plug, because I went crazy priming it. Let's try it again. We got crazy compression, guys. Crazy compression. Crazy compression. Freaking flooded this thing like crazy. Try to just get some of this flood job out of here now. Amateur hours, guys. Amateur hours. You guys know. As soon as I get the video going, I don't know what the heck I'm doing anymore. So here we go. Just joking around, guys. I'm just joking around, if you can't tell. Let's just unflood this puppy real quick. Oh, yeah, that's flooded like crazy. You guys seeing the stuff flying out of there, huh? I think we should be good to go now. Just make sure you guys can see what's happening here. Okay. So we got tons of fuel going on here. So let's put this puppy back in there. So we have both types of glow plugs now. Awesome. Also, another awesome thing that we got going on. So let's try to fire this puppy up again. Probably still flooded like freaking nuts. Let me try to loosen this up. We got a stupid amount of compression going on. Plus, awesome flood job. Thanks to me. I should have probably just said it was good right when I thought it was good. See if we can get this puppy fired off. Alright, so we got no fire job here. Let's see. This is what happens when you really messing with nitros. You gotta turn it up a little bit. How you guys like that nitro, huh? How you guys like that item? How you like that item? Alright, so let's turn the electronics on and test them out. We got this right here. We got the on and off switches on the side on this one. And I believe that it's on a different spot on that car. So let's see. How you like that single stage idle? How you like that? I think I gotta turn the top end a hair richer. Let's see how the single stage idle is now. We need 1 hour more. How you like that car, guys? Oh, went a little too rich with it. Went a little bit too rich. So what we'll do is I'll actually lean the bottom a hair. And we'll lean the top a hair. Because we know it was just running good. We definitely know it's not up to temperature yet. I probably shouldn't have even been tuning it, but we're trying to get it to a single stage idle here, like professionals. So hang on a second. We'll fire this puppy back off. How you guys like the new exhaust tube leading out of here, huh? Think I got to let's shut it off for a second. Let's shut the radio system off so that I can manually open the carb like that. How you guys like that idle job? let's see what kind of temperature we are working with. Still not up to temp. We're gonna let her sit here and sing for a minute, see if we can get some temperature out of it. I actually will tune this for temperature if I have to keep it running. See what I'm saying? We know we're way too rich. That's why she's shutting off. Because we got to keep leaning it till we can get that idle gap a little bit smaller. I don't know if you guys can see. It's not that big of an idle gap, but it's not that small of one either. We're probably sitting at 1 millimeter, so I am going to attempt to tune this a little bit to get that idle gap a little bit more reasonable. So I'm going to shut the radio system back off again, which I should leave this radio system off anyway because it's fully charged, ready to drive. So next time I go out, I'm going to try to drive this one. See guys, she's flooding out and shutting off. So what I just did was I leaned the top, I leaned the bottom, because we don't have that small of an idle gap. I think that was the 2-speed. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I don't know if you guys could tell, but this engine runs extremely well. I don't know if you guys can tell that much. Just trying to get a little temperature in there, guys. Yeah, we're getting there now. See, but you won't even know if your engine's hot or not if you don't check the temperature. You know what I'm saying, guys? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep leaning it till it starts raising up the idle a little. We'll actually give her a little rev. I don't know if you guys could tell, but she sounds very responsive. It's only got a single stage idle. I'll show you how I know it only has a single stage idle right now. See this? As soon as I let off the gas, the idle should drop. And it shouldn't raise up and it shouldn't drop down. So let's listen to it. See how the idle's staying raised up? So we know the top is lean or the bottom is rich. So I'm going to go with the bottom is rich. And I'm going to go with the top is lean a little bit. And we're going to try to bring these two together. We're going to try to bring the bottom over to the top and the top over to the bottom. Bottom rich, top lean. Bottom is rich. I actually need to put like a zip tie on the end of this thing or something. I'm gonna bring you guys in closer in a second once we get some actual suitability in it. Alright, we're definitely in operating temperature now, guys. The bottom's still rich. See, it should be very responsive. You guys hear that snap, but you can also hear that it's staying revved up a little bit for a second. Alright, now we can lower the idle gap. I could hear that slight little rev before it starts slowing down. This is how you should tune a nitro car, guys. You hear that single stage? It doesn't stay revved up and then idle down. It just immediately, the idle drops immediately. That's what you want. I hear the bottom just a tad bit rich. And you hear how it's staying revved? We almost have that race tune on here, guys. Now we can lower the idle gap again. You hear that single stage idle? Listen to that snap, guys. Listen to the snap. That's definitely second gear. You hear that? Let's see what temperature we're at. 240. 240. So she got a little rich down low and shut off. So we'll just give her a little more juice. We're just trying to get her tuned in. I don't know if you guys could tell, but it was very sluggish before, and now it's very not sluggish. So we have a little bit less than half a tank in there right now, and we're able to sit here all day and tune if we want. I'm looking for the race tune, guys. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm looking for the freaking race tune here. Like, we're trying to get this puppy freaking screaming, guys. Seems like there's good pinch left in the engine. Getting rich down low and shutting off. I could hear it. You hear that, and then it slowly shuts off? That's how you know that it's running rich. If the idle rises up, you're lean. Same thing goes for the top end, guys. If you come back from a run and the engine's revved up and then it drops, you're either lean up top or you're rich on the bottom, or you're both. And you have to bring the engine together to get it to run properly, guys. Trying to bring the two needles to where they're both in the same spot, so that when you let off the throttle, there is no fluctuation See, now I know I'm getting closer to the ideal tune because the idle gap keeps getting smaller. I just lowered the idle gap. And I just did it again. I just lowered the idle gap more. See, it's not sitting on the stop screw, so I keep screwing in for no reason, so I have to adjust my throttle trim so that this is forcing this closed. Because if it's not pushing it back closed, you're not sitting on the idle screw and your tune will be screwy, and then you go out, you'll hit the brakes and nothing, and then your engine will shut off across the field. So that's why it's good to check everything out while you're in the house, and you can bench tune, you know, if you can bench tune. So if you have the ability to and the resources to, it's nice. Oh, it'd be nice if I put a glow igniter on there. I'm trying to start this engine with no glow igniter. Okay, getting a little carried away here now. We gotta give her some juice. Okay. Now something ain't right. Are we out of fuel? No, we're not out of fuel. So why is this not barking off like it should be? Put a zip tie on this exhaust right now because it keeps shooting a little bit out every time we go for a gusto here. So I'm just gonna put this on there, tighten it up a little bit. All right, see what's going on, guys. How you guys like them apples, huh? Now you have to listen. If you rev it and the idle kind of drops for a second, then picks back up, you're rich up top. So I just leaned it a little more up top, but I probably went a little too far. Trying to go for the crazy sick idle, guys. I don't know. I'm just trying here, guys. Getting close to the bottom of the tank, too. Can't knock a guy for trying, right? Trying to get the sick idle here. Now we're slightly lean down low. Getting low on fuel on the tank. You guys want me to put some more in there, huh? You want to put some more nitro in there? Should we crack this fresh 30% open and give her a tune-up? That's what I'm gonna do. Gotta get some kind of tape on here. Because my fill nozzle doesn't quite fit on these bottles. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So what that's telling me is we still have more to go. We still have to lean her up a little bit maybe. Let's put some fresh fuel in there before we start messing with the settings anymore. Brand new, guys. Brand new old style bottle from 3 years ago. Cracking open fuel from 3 years ago, guys. So we got some fresh 30% Bones Brew in there from 3 years ago. This is the old style bottle. I got this 3 years ago, over 3 years ago when I bought my Losi. So we got some brand new nitro in there. This had 16% in there, so we're gonna see how she acts now. Let's just let her drink up a little. Sounds quite good to me, guys. We got a little bit of an exhaust leak on this thing here. So that's telling me we're still running rich. Let's check temperature. Check temperature. See, we're running quite hot. But it doesn't matter because some engines run hot. You understand? This car is not moving. We got it sitting here on a bench right now. So what I did just now was lean the top and the bottom. And now I'm going to lower the idle screw. And see if we got... You see how we still have single stage? You should have single stage idle. You should have no fluctuation. When you let off, you see that? You see that snap back down? You don't want just the snap up. You want the snap down for when you are decelerating. When you're trying to drive this around the corner or something, you want to let off the gas. You want the idle to drop immediately, just like in your car. So I could tell that we're slightly rich up top, because if you're listening, you can hear that the idle is a little bit up right now, and when I hit the gas, the idle comes down a little bit. So I just leaned it an hour more up top. See, but now it's staying revved up a little bit for a second. So I'm actually going to lean the bottom a little more. And then lower the idle screw. You hear that single stage? I'm just trying to listen. It might still be rich somewhere. still rich up top. Just an hour at a time, guys. You want no change in the idle. You hear how the idle's down right now? And then if you listen, it'll slowly go back up. So we're rich up top. Rich up top. Rich up top. You guys hear that nice single stage idle there? Not doing too bad for sitting here on the bench with no airflow going through it. But I could hear that the idle came up a little bit. So we're still rich up top. You hear that drop? That means there's too much fuel waiting to be burned. Oh, we did something. We broke something. No, I'm just kidding, guys. We just got to start it back up. We're just testing and tuning, guys. Testing and tuning. I don't know if you guys could tell how snappy that is. Well, now it's probably drinking 30%, so it's starting to do funky stuff on us. It still sounds rich up top because it idles fine till I hit the gas. That's how you know you're rich up top, because when you hit the throttle all the way and then you let it go, it drank. There was too much fuel waiting to be burned up. Probably help if I shut this radio off and then open this a little. Can you guys hear that sickening freaking idle? Alright, we gotta turn this back on. See, now we're rich down low. Just a tad bit, just enough that it won't run now. So we got just about, we just keep leaning the shit out of it. So we get that race tune on there, guys. You guys like race tune? I don't care about a race tune, I just want a good idle. I want a snappy response. And I want a single stage idle. So now we're too far. You heard that? I don't know if you guys could hear that. You hear that? That noise is lean, just so you know. So now we know we reached the limit. We just increased the throttle gap just a little tiny bit. So that's how you tune your cars. You tune it. I personally tune mine until I hit the lean spot and then back off a little. So we're a little bit lean up top. gotta give her the slightest adjustments. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it stays revved for just a split second. So I'm just gonna richen it up one more hour. How's that? How do you freaking guys like that apples? How do you like those apples? How do you like that idle? How's that idle, guys? How's that single stage idle? Sounds like I might need to move this just a little bit like that. I went too far. You heard how it stayed revving for a second? You hear the immediate drop in the RPM. Well, could say that we're like right on the edge of perfection here. So let me put you back in the tripod here. We're chasing a perfect tune on a 20-something-year-old RS4. How about them apples, guys? We're like on the brink of a perfect tune on a freaking antique nitro. Just give her just a little touch. I gotta shut this radio off. Just give her a little. See, this thing, it loaded up with fuel as it's sitting here because of the back pressure from the exhaust. So I'm trying to get the stupidest lowest idle with the sickest single stage idle you ever heard on a 20-year-old nitro, guys. I think that's the sickest idle I've ever seen. Without the car moving, 260 degrees Fahrenheit. So we know we're on the right tune now. You guys seen what just happened? Let's just sit here and not touch nothing for a second, and you'll listen to the idle rise up. So this thing, it has sludge in it, I'm sure, also, so it's probably clearing itself out. It's gonna shut off because top end is rich. Let's just listen to the idle for a second. If it will idle. I got greedy. I kept going for more. I was like, lower, lower. I think that's about it for the low idle. About as low as it will go with running. How's that single stage idle working out for you guys? It sounds like that low idle just killed me. I think I'm running just a hair rich on the top end. And when you're running rich on the top end and you set a low idle, when you let off the end, the engine is full of fuel because you had too much flowing through for it to run. So let me fire this thing back off again, guys. I'm gonna lean the top a little. Shut these radios back off. Open this up. I think I'm getting a little too greedy with the low idle here. I know I can't go no lower down low. So I just got to bring the top around at the bottom. See how it stays revving and then idles down, guys? That's how you know you're lean up top. We know we can't go no leaner down below. You hear that? We got slightly less RPM now. Actually, something sounded like it went wrong, actually, to be honest with you. Because it sounded like it started running kind of a little funny. Like it definitely got rich. I don't know. Let's see. This is just all trial and error, guys, but you guys can see what works and what doesn't work. I call that good. I'd say that's perfect. Single stage idle, baby. Single stage idle. I'm getting a little greedy with it, to be honest with you guys. With the trying to get the idle down low there. We got a little bit of leanage up top, but it sounds like, I don't know what the hell's going on. It's definitely two-stage idling now. Definitely need more fuel up top. Definitely needed more fuel up top. But maybe I can lean the bottom more now that I richen the top, because the top directly affects the bottom. So just keep that in mind when you guys are tuning. Because you have more flowing in the first place, you have more pressure on the low end needle. And also every time you move the idle screw, you also change the gap between the low end needle and the how much fuel comes out. Trying to be greedy, guys. Got a little too greedy again, guys. I'm getting greedy again. Hold on. Let's do what we can do. Chasing perfection here out of a used nitro car. Maybe we actually spent the glow plug that time. Definitely hot. Getting too greedy with the low idles here. Trying though, guys. I'm just having fun here. This is what I do for fun. I am chasing the freaking perfection, guys. This is the dream, guys. Try to get your freaking car to have a single stage idle. That's all I want. So we're richen up top and we're leaning down low. We're just trying to get this old freaking car up and running good. Tell you what, this thing's definitely running good. Freaking bottom is fucking rich now for some reason. I don't know, I fucking richened up the top, so I guess it richened up the bottom a lot. It's the only thing I could think of, guys. Gonna need to recharge these batteries by the time I go out. Uh-oh. Going a little crazy now, guys. I think I went a little too lean down low. I went a whole like 15 minutes at once. Fucking bullshit, guys. Just get this thing back up and running again, okay? Sounds like we're fucking lean across the board. I don't know what the fuck's going on. We are running 30% now, so. I don't know why she's running so lean. Let me try to richen her back up a little. She's only doing about 216, so I mean we're on the right track. We got this thing's been single stage idling the whole night, so. We just gotta go back to what works, guys. Could be this fuel. Fuel's 3 years old, but it was sealed, so I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on, guys. I don't know, man. Thing's screaming. Try to get her back around and then not mess with it no more. How about that? Could be a leak in this gas tank or something. Let's fill it back up. This way we eliminate that possibility of running low on fuel or something. It could be why. We don't know nothing about this thing, so. Something wrong. She shouldn't be screaming like that. I don't know, we may have had a blockage or something in the fuel system or something. I don't know, guys. Alright, we got it back up and running again at least. I'm sweating bullets now, guys. I'll call that good. How about you guys? I would say that's good enough for me. Perfect. Running perfect. Back up and running again, guys. So, you guys want to see how long this thing will sit here and idle? I know my floatability. I just basically went back to the settings I was at before. I think the problem was maybe when this runs low, maybe it's got a... That fuel tank looks pretty good. I don't know, like that. Could have a small hole in it or something. Yeah, I was lifting up just the slightest amount. So it's still cutting it a little down there. I just have OCD with it like that. Give her a rev to see what happens. Alright, now all you have to do if you want to know how to tune is you have to listen to see if the RPMs keep going up. That means you're leaning down low. See how it starts racing a little bit? And that's the kind of shit that bothers my OCD. Try it again. So we're getting full RPM, then it sounds like we got single stage idle here. Listen to it. It's dropping a little bit now. I mean, this is a 20-year-old NITRO here we're dealing with. And it's not moving either, so it's got no air circulating over it, cooling it down the way it's supposed to be. It's actually idling perfect. About as good as it's going to get, I think. Greedy guys. Now let's see what happens again. If I got too greedy or not. I would say we need to leave it 1 hour apart, and that's it. Take cut. I'd say that's bench tuned. It's probably such a low idle, it'll probably shut off on me when I'm driving it, but I don't want to chase the perfect idle on this thing all day because I've been chasing it for a while now. Let's see. I'd say that's tuned. Sounds like a single stage idle. This is a very old Nitro I know nothing about, and we just tuned the shit out of it. So that's what you guys are watching. Now we can sit here and we can do all the cars like that. I just counted how many Nitros I have. This is a Nitro, by the way. Nitro 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got the Dirt Tracks Race 9, the Rustler 10, and then Surprise 11. And then I got the Sport Works in the house, so I got 2 of these, so it's actually 12. And if you count the that's not a Nitro anymore, so I got 12 of them. I got how many working? All of them except for 2 are working condition now. And this one we don't know about yet, so all of them except for 2 in the question marks right now. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I sat here for an hour and 13 minutes exactly right now, sitting here bench tuning with my friends online. So I really hope you guys enjoy the content, because where else are you going to see any tuning like that, huh? I might not have the most expensive stuff, but I think I am one of the best tuners that I know of, other than like the JQ, you know, Invisible Speed guy, that I learned everything that I know from watching his hours and hours of videos. So I just figured I'd try to make this video to try to help you guys out. If you have any questions about tuning, just leave them in the comments down below. I am good at tuning. I know nothing about the fuels and the ABN and ABC motors, so I am learning as I'm going along. One question I do have, is this an ABC or an ABN? Because I've been running this on 30% nitro and this is never overheated, so I believe this is an ABC, but I could be wrong. So yeah, something actually happened to this, and I just noticed someone ripped the front part of my body shell off somewhere. Hopefully this is the old body shell. Yeah, I think this is the old body shell. I think I got the shelf clean body shell inside. I was like, oh man, something happened here. That don't look right. But yeah, guys, you guys can hear this thing is running top notch. You can see the idle's rising up a little bit, but we are getting down there in the fuel again. I have a question for you guys. How long was this thing just sitting there with no input? I mean, the idle started to rise up a little tiny bit, but when you rev this and you let off, it's single stage idles all day. So I think I'm gonna call that good, because I was kind of chasing my tail a second ago, trying to get this perfect. I actually feel like I may be able to go a hair more rich on the bottom. This way we keep it from rising up. So that's the last thing I'm going to do. I just barely even touch it. Barely even touch it. And see if the idle stays low like it is now. Does not appear to be changing now. Let's give it a little rev so we clear it out and get some more back pressure. It's definitely 2-speeding. So let's just take a listen here. if we got a real single stage idle. This is a 20-something-year-old Nitro, and it sounds like it's tuning with the best of it. So it's not about what you have, it's like what can you do with it, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, you can have the best engines in the world, but if you just have to hone in on your tuning, you know what I'm saying? If you hone in on the tuning part, you don't need the best engines in the world, per se. If that's what you're into, that's what you're into. But I'm just saying, if you have really nice stuff, practice the tuning so that you can tune that stuff to its full potential and enjoy the crap out of it. So, hey guys, thank you guys all for tuning in and watching. We've been burning nitro for at least an hour straight now. This engine's been running basically the whole time except for me sticking my fingers in the crock pot and turning it around and messing everything all up. But 200-degree idle, I'm gonna call that perfect. See, I just had 200. Yeah, that was 200 degrees at idle. I will call that good. The only reason I'm keeping an eye on it, I'm sitting here, there's no airflow going on. And anyways, it's a good idea to make sure you don't lean it out past 300 degrees too much. But the one thing I will say is this Losi likes to run at about 300 degrees on 30%. It stays at 310, 320 all day long, and I beat the crap out of it, and it does not shut off, and it's single stage idle. And I broke this in the middle of the winter in this shed with this engine heater. I heated the engine to 200 degrees or about 180, however hot I could get it. And it was about 10 degrees Fahrenheit outside. So that much below zero, below freezing outside. And I heated the engine up to about 180 degrees. And I did about 10 tanks of idle heat cycles through. And the good part about heat cycling outside in the cold is when you shut the engine off, you take the engine heater off, it drops the temperature real quick, so it's kind of like you're hardening the metal. It's kind of like you're sticking a hot sword into molten, I mean, you're taking a steaming hot sword out of a guy that does blacksmiths, and they stick it in cold water, and they shock the metal, and the metal becomes hardened. That's basically what I did to my Losi truggy and buggy. I mean, I didn't do it to the truggy, but I definitely did it to the buggy. I broke that baby in the middle of the winter. I'll tell you what, that engine tuned better than this one. And this one appeared to be tuning pretty well. Now, I know you guys can hear the RPMs slightly going up, but that's after sitting here for at least 5 minutes at idle. Let's just give her a blip. See, we loaded her up and she shut off. But yeah, I think let's do one more fire up for you guys, and then let's let this run for a second, and then we're gonna call it quits, because this video is probably gonna cut off. If the video does cut off, appreciate all you guys for tuning in, and thank you for subscribing and everything. So let's just try to get this fired off before the video cuts itself off. So that'll show you guys. You properly tune your nitro, you can literally sit here and idle it all day long, and it'll idle all day long. So there you guys have it. I don't know how much longer I can make this video. We got 1/3 of the tank left. It's about 1/3 of the tank of fuel left in there. Probably mostly bone brew now. My second to last bone brew. I got one bone brew left, and then I got this jug, that jug, and one jug in my house, and I'm out of fuel. I gotta order some fuel, guys. We want to sit here and idle and bench tune these cars on the bench. Leave a comment down below if you enjoy this kind of content. This way we continue to make these awesome videos and get these awesome nitros running. And I actually cracked into my, I don't know if you guys can see, I cracked into my purple body clips that I've had for about 3 years, and I never opened it, but I opened them up for the F150 because it didn't come with any body clips. So I cracked into my nice purple one, and they look really awesome on this car. So we will hopefully soon have this out and have it running. I took the original radio out because it was missing the antenna. It has the original back stick tape on it, so I can always extend the antenna and stick it back in there. That was my plan, but I have this radio just sitting around collecting dust, and I figured this is a way better radio. Let's just use this for now. Get some runtime in on this pickup. And you guys let me know what you think about the RS4 chassis. I know they had, this is a very early one because it has the ABN motor in there, but it has a side exhaust. So I don't know if they had a rear, they must have had a rear and a side at the same time with V1 if there was only one V1. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the different generations of the RS4. This is obviously an RS4 also with slightly newer engine that I believe is an ABC motor, so hopefully I'm not doing damage now. And yeah, we will hopefully have that out running. I'm gonna try to add castor oil to this and attempt to run this and see if it still overheats. I think this will run and not overheat if we run castor oil in there, which I specifically ordered this measuring cup for because my friend in the comments, I'm sorry I don't have your name readily available. We're kind of running nitros on the desk right now, but my friend in the comments told me that I needed a very specific measuring device and I needed a certain type of oil, and that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna listen to the people that know more than us, and we are gonna attempt to run these nitros. That's an ABN, that's an ABN, that's an ABN, that's an ABN. Should I keep going, guys? I didn't even know that I was buying a whole collection of ABN engines, and basically I'm learning as I'm going. I don't know everything, obviously. Why I was running 30% in the PGSR, and that, yeah. So we are going to learn and hopefully not make the same mistakes anymore. And, this will hopefully turn out very good for everyone else, because I'll make videos on how to properly mix the oil that I have coming. And yeah, so you guys make sure you stay tuned and continue watching. Look at how much fuel we got left. We got like just a little bit of fuel left. So I will sit here with you guys and run this car out of fuel. And then I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to put this back away. Not back away, I'm going to put the cover shell back on it and set it on the desk. And I'm not sure if I should charge these up or not, because I was sitting there for quite a while messing with it. They should be fine for one tank. So I'm going to see if I should take these back out and charge them back up or not. But yeah, anyways, this car, obviously all the servos were good. The only thing I had to do off camera was I had to set the throttle trim in the middle on here, and I had to lift this off and set this back on with the carb closed, with the radio system on, so that I knew everything was in the middle. The brakes were off, the carb was closed, and this was in the middle when I set this, because the setting was so far off I couldn't get the carb all the way closed when this came to me the way it did. So yeah, guys, the idle is not really rising up that much for having that little bit of fuel in there. So I hope this video was very interesting for you guys, as it was for me to make it. I quite enjoy being able to sit in my shed now and get the stuff 100% working order, get the radio system tuned in, get the carb so it's fully opening and closing, get the idle so that it's idling at a single stage before we go out in the street and try anything. And it was a good thing I tried to bench tune this off camera, because one of these wheels over here came flying off, the whole nut come off with the wheel, and then the other ones had the wheels flopping on the rims as I tried to accelerate off camera the other day when I ran that car. I just ran this for a second to test out my muffler system that I have on here, which obviously is working great, because we're sitting in here just chillaxing, running nitros, looking at awesome nitros and awesome stuff in the box down here. Some of you guys probably know what this is, because I had mentioned it in my friend Texas Hills video the other day when he was on the live stream. My other friend Hybrid, the other nitro, the awesome nitro guy, had asked me what kind of nitro it was, and he is like the nitro king, so of course I have to tell my friend what kind of nitro it was. So if you saw that live stream, you obviously know what it is, but if you didn't see the live stream, you'll have to wait until I make the video on that. So look at that fuel tank. This thing sat here and idled every single drop of that fuel out of it. And it doesn't sound like the idle changed much at all. I mean, it's rising up a little bit, but you expect that as you get further toward the end of the tank. It appears the engine has no leaks whatsoever. Everything's clean. 2-speed's in good shape. You can definitely hear the 2-speed kicking in. You see the tires ballooning a little bit. I actually went around these tires the other day and super glued them back onto the rims because they were starting to come off. But I didn't want to put super glue on those nice rims, so I just took them off and put them on over there for now. And I'm gonna order another set of rims for that car. I'm probably gonna order a couple sets because I want to have some self-clean wheels for this, some self-clean wheels for that. And I don't want to keep marking up the lug nuts, because those lug nuts never had a wrench on them to tighten them up. That's why they were finger tight, because they're self-clean wheels. So, yeah guys, you know what time it is. We got the nitros on the bench, sitting here chilling. Exhaust is going outside. Tank's almost empty. That tank's got to be freaking drained out by now, guys. The only thing I can see wrong with this car is it sounds like one of the clutch springs may be dragging a little bit, but it's not dragging enough to cause the car to drive forward. Not yet, at least. So we're just going to try to drive it as it is and enjoy it. Running out of fuel right now. Out of fuel, guys. So we sat here and we idled about 2 full tanks through this baby right here. Let me just make sure the piston is at the bottom, which usually good compression motors, the piston will not sit at the top dead center by itself unless it's like really worn out or really hot or something. So yeah guys, hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I've been kind of slacking. I was supposed to make this video over the weekend, but again I decided to make the video on that because I really wanted to drive that, and we did drive it. So now I'm very happy with the way that performed with the reverse and everything. That is fixed. The TGSR is fixed. So we do have to get that out and run it, but we cannot run that just on this. We need caster, otherwise we're going to be superheating the engine. So I ordered caster. We're waiting on caster oil, and then we're going to have to get fuel. So I think they say the easiest fuel to tune on is actually 30%, but the AB and motors can't run at 30%, so I'm going to end up getting 20 to running everything and just mixing the caster into the 20 for those cars, and then running my ABC motors on 20, just because it's going to be easier for me to manage having getting one type of fuel for all the cars rather than getting different nitro contents for different cars, because it's actually I don't know if you guys been checking into it, it's getting scarce trying to find fuel right now. So that's all I'm gonna say about that till I make my order. So yeah guys, enjoyed having you guys join me for this. I hope you all enjoyed this awesome video, because you know it was awesome, because I just showed you guys how to tune. So hopefully you guys picked up on that. If you guys didn't pick up on this video, then we'll do it again on another car, and we're gonna continue to bench tune everything now, because you know, why not? If there's nothing to watch in the future as far as RC stuff, maybe I don't know. I was thinking about doing a stream the other day, but I'm like, nobody ever tunes into my streams anyways, so we'll see what happens. Or maybe I'll just make videos like this and upload them. But I do want to sit here and bench tune stuff and make videos of it, because why not? I think it's pretty fun to sit here and try to get this thing to have the sickening idle along with the sickening single stage idle, so that when you throttle it, it doesn't stay revved, it doesn't die. You guys understand. You should understand by now, but if you don't, I understand that you don't, because not everybody's good at the same thing. Some people are good at different stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys have an awesome day or night or afternoon or whatever it is, whatever time you're watching this. Hope you have a really awesome time. I hope you really enjoy the video. I'm still thinking of the title for the video, so until I see you guys in the next video, enjoy this one. Please watch it up. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys soon. So have a good day, night, or afternoon, and appreciate all you. And I will see you all on the next video.